Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you yet again with another video, and I am happy to present to you some more stuff from Masdi, M-A-S-D-I. Okay, these I got from AliExpress. I'll try to provide a link in the description. Don't hold me to that, I'll probably forget, but I will try to do it. And I got some more castings from them. I've already showed this one, well not this one in particular, a different color of this one, a black one, of the Cadillac Escalade, but we will look at it again today in silver. We've also got the Suburban here, which is cool. We've got a McLaren Senna, we got a Toyota Land Cruiser, a Honda Odyssey, and a McLaren 765 LT. We're going to check into the licensing, we're going to do all that stuff. Excuse me. And so yeah, last time I showed a Toyota Coaster, and I believe the other one I showed was the Escalade. I don't think I had anything else to show at that time. We just got two castings, and I liked the Escalade. I ended up getting more castings from Masdi. The only place I know of that they're available is on AliExpress. I'm sure they're probably available somewhere else, but as far as I know, AliExpress is the place to get them. And it turns out I got these two from AliExpress as well. These are JKM, and I believe JKM is now Masdi. But I think that their castings have been developed better over time, and they've improved. I've just got two of the little JKM ones we can take a look at here today, because I got these around the same time. We got a little Volkswagen. This is not licensed, or does not appear to be licensed. Little Volkswagen van here. And as you can see, the quality is pretty good, and I've got a lot of models from JKM, and I always have, liked the quality of them. I thought they were pretty good, but the Mazdis I think are a step up. This one's got a little bit of a stance issue. It looks like we got some heavy stuff in the back, or maybe just some heavy passengers back there. A little low in the back. Some weight back there. Multivan. So this is the multivan from Volkswagen. You can see there's a little bit of an alignment issue with one of the headlights, but they do have inserted details for headlights, inserted detail for the grille, inserted detail for the taillights, and pretty fairly detailed all around. Paint feels pretty good quality. It is metal on metal. The tires are rubber. And all in all, it's not too bad. It's kind of representative of most of the JKM models that were before they converted to this brand. Now, here's a JKM model. I think this one is older. I don't even know what this is. I don't remember. And the sticker's been put over it, so I'm not really sure. But they used to come in boxes like this. I think these are the original JKMs. And here we got a little van. Look at this thing. That's cool. I don't even know what it is. Does it say in the bottom? Nope, it doesn't, and I can't read any of the Chinese writing, so excuse me. Unfortunately, I can't even tell you what it is. It's a van. I know that. It's probably 1/64 scale, even though it looks crazy skinny and smaller. But I think it's some Chinese brand of vehicle, is what I think it is. But of course, I don't know for sure. Not sure on that one, but there you have it. Not too bad, not too shabby, and again, metal on metal. We have inserted details for the taillights, inserted details for headlights, fair amount of detail all around. It's got side mirrors. The side mirrors on this one are metal. They're actually part of the casting. They are, I believe, plastic on this model. They are metal. They're actually metal on this model as well. So while they're tough and sturdy because they're metal, if they break off or whatever, you have a problem. It's going to be hard to glue it and get the structural integrity back on the model. So there is that. I definitely prefer, of anything, the way Mini GT does their mirrors. I think is the best with the rubberized stuff. So that's that. Let's get into the models for the brand we want to feature today, which is Masdi. So let's see if you notice a quality difference in the models. That's one thing we want to look at. Maybe a scale difference too. I think these are 1/64, true 1/64. Let's grab a model that we've already seen before if you've watched my channel. And we'll start with that. So these are cellophane wrapped cardboard boxes. You can see the design now for the boxes is a little different. They're definitely larger. They're making larger vehicles, for one. There is no GM licensing anywhere on this, so it appears to be an unlicensed model. Unlicensed GM model. It is metal on metal, I can tell you that. I have no idea what CD 1004 means. I have no idea. HD, was that Honda 1001? Chevrolet something? McLaren, Toyota. Wait, CD would be Cadillac. CVL would be Chevrolet. So, okay, I think we just solved that mystery. Why they have those codes in there, I have no idea. But this is the CD 1004, or the Cadillac 1004. So, it's kind of similar to the Mini GT packaging. You got a box and a blister. I just rolled it over on its side. Oh, wow. And did I break the mirror right off the bat? No, I didn't. You know, it's funny. I just said I prefer Mini GT mirrors being rubberized. And I forgot that, you know what? They use that same principle here at Masdi. Or Masdi. Or Maz... I don't know. However you pronounce it. So the blister comes in two little pieces that you can kind of snaps together, actually. And I'm going to put it back in the box right away here. Or maybe, I don't know. Or I'm going to struggle with it and pointlessly struggle with it because you can't see this on camera right now. Okay, whatever. We're going to mess with that later. That's irritating me. We'll set the box right back up there. All right, so check out the casting. Now, again, I showed you this in a different color. It was black, but it's much easier to see what's going on when you got a silver model. And by golly, this looks pretty darn good. We got a metal base. We got a metal body. We got rubber tires. We got prototypical wheels. It rolls very, very nicely and is quite nicely and sharply detailed. Almost looks like a GCD model, if you're familiar with that brand. Almost looks like that. Does not have steerable tires, which I am totally fine with that. The spare is actually rubber. That's down there. So that is a cool touch. It appears to have a lot of detail on the interior, including the steering wheel in there. Look at that. Cadillac steering wheel. Very nicely done model and quite good, in fact. So really like this one. I liked it when I got it in black. I think in silver, I think it's cooler in silver. I mean, who doesn't like a black Escalade, but in silver it looks really good. I'm just kind of playing with this mirror a little bit. I probably shouldn't wiggle it back and forth too many times. They will break off eventually if you keep wiggling it around. Oh, we do have a wobbly tire. I just noticed. So, we got a bent axle or something. Does it actually have brake discs in there? It does. I noticed that because anytime you have like that little keyed thing right there, that means there's brake discs. And this one does. The axle is bent though. I could probably fix it. I don't want to break it though. So we'll leave it as is. So yeah, more detail than these two models for sure. And that's why I was very unsure like if they were actually JKM just rebranding, but it does look like that because they have a couple of castings that you can buy under the Masdi name and buy under the the JKM brand. So let's go ahead and open up CVL 1002, which is a Chevrolet Tahoe, right? Maybe get that open. Or Suburban, sorry, not Tahoe. Suburban. By the way, the boxes are nice. Gloss, matte. Again, all Chinese. Like there's nothing in English on here. No licensing, though. I'm almost dead sure there's no licensing. For the GM models, anyway. And again, there's your blister. Let me note how that came out of there. Like that. Kind of snaps apart. And again in silver. You can get this one in black as well. And I think in white maybe as well. That Cadillac Escalade you can actually get in red, black, I think white or this silver color. And I'm sorry for the constant throat clearing. All right, this is really dry in here. This one rolls really well. Doesn't look like we have any axle issues. Again, the mirrors are rubber. Makes me almost think that these are made in the same factory as Mini GT. Zero information on the base, like zero, none. The spare is rubber. The base is metal. These things have a lot of weight to them, by the way, as well. Nice details on the back. Like, these are very much to par with Mini GT when it comes to quality. Of course, they don't have the licensing and all that other good stuff, so they're not like a legit model, we'll say. At least not the Chevys. You'll see the Toyota is licensed in here in a second. Or at least it claims to be licensed. But lots of nice detail. Very nicely done. Very nice model. Glad I waited and got it in silver and didn't get the black one. You just can see a lot more detail when it's in silver. But this is a pretty cool Chevy Suburban. And maybe we do have a little bit of an axle issue in the front. It does roll, though. Just a little wonky. Does this, yeah, this one appears to have the brake discs going on as well, even though you can barely see them at all. That's one thing you won't get with Mini GT, by the way. I thought they were going to start doing it, but they haven't yet. But that's how you do it when you need to do it. They have the brake disc on a separate, like, wheel thing, and then it just locks into the base so that it doesn't rotate with the tire. Pretty simple, actually. Pretty simple and clever device. But look how big these models are. It's crazy the Escalade looks a little bigger than the Suburban, and those are built on the same chassis, right? So compared to the van. The van is the same height. This van's pretty much the same height too, but it's crazy how big those cars are. Or trucks, rather. SUVs, whatever you want to call them. All right, so there you go. We got the Cadillac and we got the Suburban. Let's go to the Toyota. This is a Toyota Land Cruiser LC80 1994, and you'll notice how this actually says Toyota on it and what it is, where these do not say what they are. The McLarens say what they are too, so I'm wondering if those are licensed. I guess we'll find out when we get a look. This says right on the back of it, Toyota official licensed product. It really seems that Toyota is like the easiest license for diecast manufacturers to get. There's so many diecast manufacturers that you will see have nothing licensed, but their Toyotas will be licensed, which makes me think that Toyota is just very, very diecast company friendly and likes when diecast companies make models of their cars. And I'm guessing they either make the licensing process very simple or very cheap. Or both, and that's why these little startups or, you know, smaller diecast companies are able to go ahead and get licensing from Toyota. So they must be easy to work with. That's the only conclusion I can really draw, is that they are easier to deal with than some other companies. But here is the Land Cruiser. Quite nice. I want to say that this model may have been released as a JKM prior. I want to say that, but I'm probably incorrect. And figuring out how to get this blister like back in the box. The blister is very tightly put in the box, by the way. So like it feels like I just cannot get it back in the box. There we go. It's in there now. I don't know why I'm even doing it, because I'm going to probably put these back in the box for now because I have nowhere to really display them at the moment. But here you go. Here's the Yoda Land Cruiser. The other Toyota I had, the Coaster I had from them, was also licensed. So if licensing is your thing, just buy Toyotas apparently from this brand, and maybe McLarens. Maybe McLarens as well. Again, rubber spare on the bottom. That's rubber on there. This one's available in all sorts of different colors. And I ended up with this kind of gold one that I think looks really good. The mirrors on this particular model are a hard plastic, and they do have like that reflective sticker on the back. You can also see that the interior on this is very detailed as well. I mean, this is a really nice model. As far as diecast goes, I mean, this is all you really need. And I think this one also has brakes. It does. Even though they're not necessary to have, really. Because you can barely see them in there. But they're there. It's got the discs. So it's got brakes in there, which is pretty nifty. This thing also has four-wheel drive, in case you were wondering. And it is a quite nice model and a quite nice addition to my collection. I really, really quite like it. These models are very nice. All right, next one. This, I believe, is a Honda Odyssey. Minivans. You guys, if you've been around for a while on the channel, you know I have kind of an affection for a minivan. I think it's the most versatile and useful vehicle ever created. You guys can argue with me if you want, but you're wrong. It just is. You can haul a family around. You can haul a bunch of stuff around. It's not too big like a truck. It's great. They're awesome. I love minivans. Look, they're not the most exciting vehicle in the world. I get that. But if you're just looking for something utilitarian, minivans are where to go. And Honda Odysseys are kind of gold standard these days for a modern minivan. This is like the Toyota Sienna. They still make all those? They still make this stuff? I hope so. All right. Here is your Honda Odyssey. And by the way, this one doesn't say Honda on it anywhere and does not appear to be licensed either. So, no licensing with the Honda. It's the, what does that say? Absolute HEV. So is this the EV version? I don't know. Do they make an EV version? I have no clue. Taillights are detailed. Headlights, grille are also detailed. This one has plastic, hard plastic mirrors with the silver painted in there for the mirror. Black rims on a white body. This one does roll quite well. Metal base, metal body. Absolutely no details on the base. And yes, the thing does have the brakes are visible. Look at that. You can see them a little bit better in this particular instance. I mean, as far as a Honda Odyssey goes, give me a better one in 1/64 scale. I don't think you can. I don't think you can at all. Is this an exciting vehicle for most people? Probably not. Is it exciting for me? It sure is. Am I going to get it in the other colors that it's available in? Quite possibly. I think right now the only other color it's available in, though, is black. I wouldn't mind getting a silver one, maybe. I wouldn't mind getting one that does not have the black rims, maybe. We'll see. Maybe I'll get it. The other thing with these models, I mean, they don't have any opening parts, and that's totally fine. I don't need an opening hood. I don't need any opening doors. So it's just a nice, solid 1/64 scale model. And see if size-wise, see how much smaller it is than your big old Suburban. So just a nice vehicle that you can do a lot of stuff with. I mean, you can load the back up with stuff. It's a great vehicle. Kind of close size to this little minivan. This little weird thing. Not too far off. All right, let's get to some more exciting vehicles, like as in if you were, if you like supercars and stuff like that, something that's a little bit more exciting to drive, and that's going to be a McLaren. So we've got two here. The Senna and the 765 LT. Let's start with the 765. So looking at the box, I'm hoping to see, so we got a McLaren logo here. Now, does that mean it's licensed? It looks like manufactured under license from McLaren Automotive Limited. The McLaren name and logo are registered trademarks of McLaren. So it appears this is actually licensed. It's a 765 Spider. And it does appear that we got some licensing. I'm glad it's a Spider because we will get... Wait a minute. It's not a Spider, is it? It says Spider on the side, but wouldn't a Spider be something that we could see the inside on? Top-down version? Top-off version? Whatever you call it. I don't know. We'll see what we get when we get in here. It'd be nice to be able to see the full detail of the interior. That's what I was getting at with that. But it says Spider. Spider does mean that it should have the top off, right? Maybe it's optional on this car. I don't know. It looks pretty good. I can tell already. So I guess the key to these, if you want a licensed model, just look for it to have the actual name of the make on it. If you don't care, then you don't care. But if you want a licensed model, look for it to actually say McLaren, for instance, or Honda, for instance, which this one doesn't. You know, or Chevrolet, which those don't. Those will not be licensed. This McLaren, however, appears to be licensed. And it appears to be actually quite fantastic. Lots of detail. Lots of detail. The mirrors are hard plastic. Still nothing on the base. These are screwed together, by the way, and again, they all have the brakes. This one has slotted discs. Or drilled disc. I don't know, whatever you call them. They do that for weight, right? Something like that. And it's got the calipers that are painted in red. Kind of a fiery red interior. This one is also available in quite a few different colors. And the neat thing about these two, when they release a casting, they release it in multiple colors at once, so you can just pick and choose which one you want to buy. This is a very solid model, though. Very nice, and zero complaints from me on it. I think, I mean, as far as diecast goes, you don't really need anything different than this. I mean, there's nothing else I would add to this that I would say, oh, it really needs this. No, it's kind of a perfect version of this particular car in this particular scale. It doesn't need opening parts. And I would say the same thing for any of these behind you. I don't see any issues with them, except for maybe the bent axle on the Escalade, right? But, you know, hopefully if you get one, you're not going to get one with a bent axle. And not that it even really matters all that much. Like I said, I probably could fix it. Well, I could easily fix it because I could just take the dang thing apart. But whatever. So you get what I'm saying there. So we've got really just, there's nothing else to add. The only thing you could add with the Mini GT model would be the disc brakes. This has it, so you can actually see those discs in there. I mean, there's really, I don't know, you guys let me know, but I don't think there's really anything else needed in a 1/64 scale model other than the way this already looks. I think it looks great. So I'm a fan of Masdi. I'll be definitely watching out for them and watching out for new castings to come out. I'm not going to collect every single color of every single casting. There's some really ugly ones that they chose, especially for this McLaren that we're about to pull out, and the other McLaren that you're looking at too. For you Golf fans, they do make one in like a Golf color scheme. But here is MCL 106 or 1100. Oh, I don't know why they. What is the difference between MCL 1001 and then MCL 1106? Like, why do they do it like that? I have no freaking clue. But this one is available in quite a few different colors too. Again, we have McLaren and we have McLaren licensing on here. So these are licensed, or at least they appear to be. I'm not going to say definitively they're licensed, of course. But it appears that they are, and we'll just pull this one out. I'm going to get this one out of the package here. I'm just pulling it out off camera because I want to not drop it on the mirrors or anything and screw anything up, because that would suck. Now let's take a look at this bad boy. All right, so McLaren Senna. I will argue that if you want a nice McLaren Senna, you really can just go to Mini GT and get as such. I was not expecting this paint to, I knew it was going to be green and yellow, but Packard's colors, but I was not expecting it to be non-metallic. I thought the paint would be metallic for some reason. But again, no quality issues with this one. It rolls quite well. It's done very well. Is it just me, or do the seats actually look like they have some sort of texture? Very interesting. Carbon fiber weave up there. We've got, again, disc brakes, and it rolls. No details on the base whatsoever, but a very nice version of this car. I will tell you, if you want this car and you want it in better colors, maybe you should just go with the McLaren Senna that Mini GT makes. I think they did a pretty fantastic job with the casting as is, so you could just go with that if you wanted to. I think this one is slightly different, and I didn't grab a Mini GT out to compare it. I have a couple of them. But it's very nice indeed, and they've got it in some ugly color combos, though, I will tell you that. to me, this was the best of them. At least I think it was, or from what I remember it was. Maybe it wasn't. And maybe it won't be to you. Same thing with this one. I think they made it in an all black. But dang, these are, I like this brand. I like them. I like them quite a bit. And I liked JKM quite a bit too. I like the upgrade in packaging. Now, they do cost a little bit more than the JKMs did. I like the upgrade in packaging, and I really am hypothesizing as well that it's the same company. It could just be the same factory and they borrowed a couple tooling. I have no idea. No idea how that works. But these are pretty freaking cool. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I mean, you can disagree with me if you want, but I think you're lying. So, really like what's coming out from Masdi. I like that some of them are licensed, so if you really want to pick and choose and get some licensed ones, go for the licensed ones. But otherwise, to me, I've already lost all morality when it comes to licensing, and you know that by watching the channel because I show tons of unlicensed stuff. So, and again, if you're new to the channel, check out the playlist for premium/import diecast because you're going to see a ton of this content. So check it out. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below, which one's your favorite, which ones you want to get. I will try to link it in the description of the video where to find them. And yeah, all in all, I'm impressed. I'm pretty impressed with them. I mean, I've seen a lot of diecast in my day now that have been premium, and these are pretty good. I will tell you that. All right, thank you guys very much for watching. Have a good day.